Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Night Talk with yours truly, Jay Sands. It's Thursday night. It's the 10th of, believe it or not, July. Let's get this road on the show. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. We got a lot to do tonight. Let's get to it.
Welcome to Sands Place with your host, Jay Sands. Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 a.m. in the UK. This is the place to be. Now, without further ado, enter the Sandman. Here he is, Mr. Jay Sands.
And good evening, everybody. I don't know what's going on again with this encoder. They're just so screwed up. I don't see anybody in the chat. It says the Bet Bopper Show. I don't know. I don't know what I did. What's going on here? But we're here anyway. I don't know. I don't know what the hell to say. In fact, let me just check something here. Let me just let's see if this does it. I don't know. That ain't starting. Okay. That won't start. Okay, that's that one. Let's cancel that. Let's see what this one is here. All right, that's okay. That's done. Oh boy, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes. Okay, let's cancel that one because that's not it. Now I've got that one. It seems to me I'm on the right encoder, but I don't know. I don't know. Pumpkin Face, I don't know where he is. Jay was supposed to be here, but me, Bet Bopper, I stepped in case because I don't know. I just don't know. It says Night Talk with Jay Sands. It's got the right date on it. I just guess it's going to have to be the way it goes. I don't know. But welcome. Thanks for joining us. Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday, July 10th, 2014. 6 months into the year. Half gone already. The year is half gone already. I can't believe it. But here I am live with you guys. It's great to be here. In fact, the man that was supposed to be here was our first in the chat room tonight, Mr. Pumpkin Face, Bob Steele, stopping in. They're starting to roll in now. I guess everybody's found me. I don't know. But I don't know what it is with the Bet Bopper Show in the chat room. But we got you. Ladies and gentlemen, check us out. Come on down, Spreaker.com. And you can listen in. You can follow in the chat and all kinds of good stuff. Aaron Thomas joining us. Welcome, Aaron, from the other side of the pond there. Thank you, buddy, for stopping in. We appreciate it. Thank you, Bob Steele. It's good to see you, too. Bob, practically one of the first listeners I had, didn't know it for 5 months or so, but then he started just stopping at the end of the show, and now Bob's one of the regulars here in our chat room, and he's bringing people in, and he's chatting away about the show, and we love you, Bob. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. Aaron Thomas is with us. Where are you, Adam? I don't want to make a mistake. I think it's England. I think you're in England. Is that right? Where it is now 1 a.m. in the morning, I believe, or 3 a.m. I'm sorry, 3 a.m. in the morning, if that's where you are. We will see. Truth Porn Militia and Pumpkin Face in the house. Number one in the chat tonight. He did it. He's there. But it's so glad to be here. Like I say, you never know what's going to happen on this show. This is Night Talk, and I'm so glad to be here. I got a few things I want to talk about tonight. Actually, I was set to go on the air last night. I don't know if you guys, whoever you listened to last night, it wasn't me. It was Rick. Rick stepped in. I thought it was Thursday yesterday. That goes to show you how crazy things are in my world. And I was ready to go last night, but Rick did such a bang-up job last night that I have really nothing to talk. Well, I do have a few things to talk about. I've got opinions, and we're going to talk about them, and we're going to get you involved. So the number to call here, we will give out later. Wow, can't even talk anymore. You can call in. We'll take your questions, your answers. You want to talk, whatever you want to do, we'll do that later on. We got quite a few things to talk about. I got quite a few things to get off my chest, and that's what we're going to do. First of all, we haven't done in a long, long time. Let's go to who is following Night Talk and the Sandsnet Radio Network. Let's start off with Lissa Chan, who stopped in the other night while we were doing Night Tracks, which is also up, ladies and gentlemen. You get a chance. It's in the archives. Please check it out. Snow Buddy, Legendary Coops. Interesting. Definitely Not Barco, the Truth Porn Militia. Aaron Thomas, Truth Talks. Hallie Casser Jane Talk Show. Radio Nettuno Italia. Liking that. The Falcon Show. Jonathan. Jips. Fab Days. Blake and Jade. Also following the Sandsnet Radio Network and Night Talk Channel 5 News with Andy Bong. Imagine that. Chris Nelson, Judy Rustin, our own little Judy, by way of Mr. Bob Steele, Hasten Chat Music, Aaron Takeover, and Beach Down Radio, just to mention a few, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. I could do this for at least an hour. We've got over 450, actually it's at 450 followers. Yeah, that's what we've got. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's who's following us. Let me get back here, over here, do a little of this, do a little of that. I was listening to Ernie Abbott and Pumpkin Face this afternoon, who are doing a great job. I like the show. Sounded really good. Rick, what's up, buddy? Yo, baby. Hi-ho! I don't have the original hi-ho, so I'll give you a fake hi-ho, because you're not me and you're not Ernie Abbott, so you get a fake hi-ho. But since anyway, doesn't matter. Goofy Bone joining us. Hello, Goofy Bone, who was on the air last night. I was listening to a little bit there. Great show as well, Goofy. Way to go. But let's see, where was I? Oh, I was saying hi to everybody. That's where I was. I was talking about the Truth Porn Militia, Pumpkin Face, and Ernie Abbott being on the radio this afternoon, doing a hell of a show on, I forget the name, it's Palaver. I forget the name of the show. I know Palaver, something Palaver. But they had a really good discussion and made some very valid points this afternoon. But there are a couple of things I want to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about, of course, our president and what he's doing and what's going on with him. Also, I think we're going to talk a little bit about, because I've been hearing people say that we should get rid of it'll come to me. See, this is what happens when you're away from radio. You're not thinking this quickly because you got time. You're not pushed. You don't. But anyway, the Electoral College. That's it. The Electoral College. People think that we should get rid of it. I have a couple of points on that. I'm not saying they're wrong or anything, but there's just a point or two I want to make on that, and what's going on with Israel. So there's really a lot for us to talk about tonight. What I really wanted to do was go over the president's speech yesterday, He made one today, made one yesterday. He was in, Colorado. He started off in Colorado 2 days ago, went to Texas, Austin, I believe, one of them, and further down in Texas, further south. But he's not going to the border. Interesting. Not going to the border. And he went from his apology tour to his blaming tour, where he believes that, Congress just won't do anything. So therefore, he'll do it on his own with his pen and his phone. But when it comes to doing something with his pen and his phone that he can do, he doesn't do it. So we'll give that a talk too. And Bob Steele's telling me he's posted all the way to the Philippines. I think that's where Lissa comes from. Lissa Chan is in the Philippines, I believe. If she's listening, hi, Lissa. Thank you for stopping by. He posted all the way to the Philippines. My friend Bob. Way to go. Thank you, Bob Steele. So, there you go. Usually what I do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'll play a few songs, and then we'll come back and get right into it. But I want to start off with something. As you all know, I've taken some time off to reboot the show in the style of Sinatra. That's no news to anybody. And I've been working pretty hard on it. And in the interim, in revamping the show and not learning, but rehearsing the older songs and putting the show together, I decided that there were a few songs that I never really did that I always wanted to do in public, and I want to put into the show. So I've been bits and pieces. I've been doing songs here and there, working on them, and recording them and seeing how they sound, and then finally recording them. And bit by bit, I've been putting them out, and people have been listening, and they've been getting pretty good reviews. I was working on something last night, finally finished it. I got it to where I wanted it, or thought, maybe not the final one, but one that I'm pretty proud of. And a lot of you have heard me tell the story about Bobby Darin and how he was or family talk of how he was a cousin. And you know how family stories go. Most of them are true, but some are a little embellished. I don't doubt that it's true. It is true. He was a part of the family. I just can't pin it down exactly to who. I know it's on my maternal grandmother's side. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I never got a chance to speak to or get to know Bobby personally. And for those of you who don't know who Bobby Darin is, just Google him and you'll know right away. He did Mac the Knife, quite a few songs. Great stuff. Excellent entertainer. There was a movie made of him starring Kevin Spacey. You check that out. That's good as well. I'll give you a little insight into who he was. But I always thought what it would be like to actually, sing either with Sinatra or Bobby Darin or people like that. And I finally got a chance to do that in this piece. And I'm going to play it for you for the first time anywhere. Nobody else has heard this other than one person today. But you guys are going to hear it first right here on Night Talk. I'm going to play a few more songs, and then we're going to get into it. We're going to see what happens here. And like I usually say, you never know what's going to happen on this show, which is why we don't, lay out a set pattern here. Because it wouldn't stick. It just wouldn't stick. That's the nature of this show. That's what you guys have made it, and that's the way it's going to stay. Anyway, so here we go. This is what I think it would sound like if I ever got the chance to sing with my cousin Bobby Darin. I hope you enjoy it. The song is called Clementine, and it goes a little something like this. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bobby Darin.
In a cavern down by a canyon, excavating for a mine. There lived a miner from North Carolina and his daughter, chubby Clementine.
Let's do this.
Now every morning,
just
about dawning,
when the sun began to shine,
you knew she would rouse up,
then do what?
Wake all of them cows
Hey,
up.
you moves, get up.
And walk them down.
To where?
To her daddy's mine.
That's right.
took the footbridge.
He took the footbridge
Across the water.
right across the water.
Though she weighed
to 99. Now that's getting personal, Bobby.
the old bridge trembled
Then what happened?
and disassembled.
Oh no, she went
Dumped her in
right into the foamy brine. Here we go.
Hey, crack like thunder.
Crack like thunder.
No, she went under.
This girl went under.
I'm blowing bubbles
How?
down the line.
Up and down the line.
Hey, I'm no swimmer,
Neither am I.
but were she slimmer,
What would you have done?
I might have saved that Clementine.
I know you would, Bobby.
Broke the record.
She broke the record.
Way underwater.
Swimming under the water.
Thought that
He thought that she was doing fine. Then what happened?
I wasn't nervous
Okay.
until the service.
What service? That they held
For Clementine.
Come on, Bobby.
Hey, you sailor.
Hey, you sailor.
Hey, out of your whaler.
Hey, out of your whaler.
With your harpoon, your trusty line.
And a trusty line.
If she shows now,
I think she will.
yeah, there she blows.
Well, there it is.
It just may be.
Just maybe.
Chunky Clementine.
Chunky Clementine.
One more time.
You got it. Let's go.
Oh, my darling.
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 Sweet Clementine.
You'll be gone,
but you're not
forgotten. Fare thee well.
so long, Clementine. Bye, Bobby. Gotta love it.
Must we say goodbye? Each time we part, my heart wants to die. Darling, hear my prayer. Can't believe
it's John Biven from The John Biven Show. And in this shameless plug, I want to tell you about it. It is The John Biven Show. It is live on Spreaker.com. I feature Christian artists, mostly unknown, and I air at 8 p.m. on Saturday evening Central Time, live from Marion, Illinois. And it's a lot of fun, music, talk, whatever happens. And another show I do is the Pillar of Fire worship service and sermon. That's on Sunday afternoon at about 2:15 p.m. Central Time, depending on when our church announcements get over. So you can tune in to the John Biven Show Saturday night at 8 p.m. or the Pillar of Fire church service at 2:15 Central Time. This ends my shamelessness. Thank you.
Listening to Night Tracks on the Sandsnet Radio Network.
Hey.
Hi, this is Jay Sands telling you about a new show we've added to the Sandsnet Radio Network lineup. It's called Night Tracks, a show that plays the songs you can't get on terrestrial radio. Night Tracks with Jay Sands. Join us for the music you want to hear on the Sandsnet Radio Network, and thanks for listening. You're listening to Night Talk on the Sandsnet Radio Network.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. My intro didn't work. I hit a couple of things in my sound effects. I don't know, the whole thing, I haven't used it in so long. It just went out of whack. Nothing worked. But we're back. We're live. It's me, Jay Sands, Radio and Night Talk on the Sandsnet Radio Network. Thank you and welcome all, including Mr. John Biven has joined us since we started our little music interlude a little while ago. Apocalypse is here with us as well. Rick is here. Aaron Thomas is in the house. Apocalypse, we've got Truth Porn Militia and Pumpkin Face in the house as well. Did I mention Goofy Bone? Yeah, I think I did. Bob Steele with us. None of the females have shown up yet. What's going on? What's up with that? I want to know. Wow, Rick, see what happens? You get out of the public eye for a couple of minutes, they forget who you are. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But what are you going to do? You know what I mean? But I know you're out there listening, and I want to thank you all. I can't believe John Biven showed up, my man, John. It's funny, John. I sent John something on Skype. You know, I left him a message, and 8 hours later, he sends me a message, and I send him a message 14 hours later, and then he gets back and forth to me, and because he's so busy and. Okay. Sorry about that. Had to fix the mic. And we just kept missing each other, but thank you so much for being here, John. It's great to have you back. We need to talk, my friend. I've been trying to send you messages, but we won't go into that here. I didn't mention it. Of course I mentioned Apocalypse. What, are you kidding me? You were the first one I mentioned. Boy, oh boy. Some people get so touchy. So tell me, Rick, how's... Never mind. I crack myself up sometimes. I really do. And I know nobody else gets it, but I get it. It's funny because it's in my head. But they have it. I don't know what to say. Oh, man. See, I haven't been on the air for a while, really, in this capacity, in the seat for Night Talk. So it's like I'm excited about it. But where do we go from here? You know, I mentioned it earlier. There's not very much more I can say than what Rick has said last night. He covered so many things, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give you my opinion on it all and see where it goes from there. What I'd like to do is start with what's going on in Israel. Because that's not really talked about much because of the debacle that is the United States these days and what this president and Congress is doing and our politicians and what they've done to this country. But it's important. In the last week or so, Things have really escalated there. I don't know if you know it, but every single time a bomb is set, not a bomb, but a rocket is launched towards Israel, the people there, and a lot of people, most of you know that it's not a very big country, but once that missile is launched and they know it's incoming, these people have 15 seconds to get to a bomb shelter. 15 seconds. Imagine what that's like. 15 seconds. It's like the population of Israel is, compared to the United States, is minuscule in numbers. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But it would be like this. I forget the exact number of people in Israel, but it would be equivalent to like 200 million people here in the United States. Could you imagine 200 million people having to look for a shelter or go into a shelter within 15 seconds? And this is what they live with every day of their lives. Now, this whole thing started many years ago. This has been going on for a long time. But this last round, shall I say, for lack of a better word, was started by the killing of 3 Israeli school students, high school students. And at this point, Hamas has gone too far again, I think. And everybody agrees, from the United States to Canada to France to England, they've all made statements that Israel has the right to protect itself. But what's going to happen is Israel is in the position to start a ground war here. They're going to go in and just clear out the Gaza Strip, and they're going to make it a parking lot. And I don't blame them, and I support them 100% for that. They need to protect themselves. They do have their aerial defenses, the Steel Dome, which gets most of, but not all, of the incoming rockets fired from Hamas and Palestine. But I guess what I'm trying to say is you got to let it go. I mean, we can't just support. That's all I say. If you can find it in your heart to support the Israeli people and their government in doing what they do, it's not easy to live that way. And I don't condemn Israel, for doing what she's doing. They got to protect themselves. But could you imagine living under that kind of pressure every single day of your life? Every time you see something, a flash in the sky, you're running for your life. I mean, is that a way to live? That's no way to live. But this is how these people live every single minute of every single day of their lives. And it's... I don't know. And now we're getting stories that the new terror army, ISIS, has gotten its hands on low-grade uranium. Between them and Iran, we're looking to wipe Israel off the map. It's not an easy place to live today. It just really isn't. So my thoughts and prayers go out to the Israeli people. And Obama tells Netanyahu that the United States is willing to negotiate a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Really, a ceasefire. Okay. I think the time for talking is over there. You know, they did the wrong thing. They keep lobbing these missiles. They keep. It's a mess. It's a mess. How are you going to stop this by talking is beyond me. I don't know. You know, sometimes you got to meet force with force. You just have to. And you know, you can't look down on a people for protecting themselves, for protecting their people. You just can't. So there you have it. Thoughtologist, or the theologist, I'm sorry, in the house. Let's see. Rick says the dome is having a 90% success rate so far. I don't know exactly what the percentage is. I believe you, Rick. But the ambassador to the United States, the Israeli ambassador to the United States today didn't give a specific number, I guess because he didn't want to let them know exactly how good it is that they are doing with that. But there you go. Apocalypse says it's a never-ending cycle. Then Israel bombs them back, kills children themselves, creates martyrs, rise. Yeah, but here's something that you might not know, Apocalypse. Every time Israel lets those missiles go, what they do before is they go out, they send out tweets, they send out messages, they go out and drop flyers, and they let people know, because Hamas has this habit of surrounding themselves with civilians and people and children, so that Israel or whoever they're fighting won't hit their targets. So what does Israel do? They let the people know, get away from this target, move away, we're going to hit at a certain time. Now, I know that doesn't do very much as far as, getting the people that are in there, but they let the people know to get out of the way. Do you know what Hamas tells its people? The minister of Hamas, it tells its people, disregard what you hear from Israel and those flyers and all those tweets and all those messages. Surround us and protect us. That's what they tell them to do, to disregard those notices. So in essence, their minister is telling them to kill themselves to protect them. This is what you're dealing with. These are the kind of people you're dealing with. They're cowards. They'll always be cowards. And that's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. When you have to protect yourself with women and children around you, you're nothing but a piece of garbage. That's what you are. Okay, that proves that you're nothing but a little squirrel. That's what you are. You talk a big game, but when it comes down to it, because you can't face the force that's opposing you, so you got to use tactics like that. Amazing, simply amazing. Rick says 90% success rate with the steel dome as of yesterday. Way to go. That's fantastic. But still, they're dodging 10%. And they've had over 8,000 missiles fired at them. Believe it or not. So far, 8,000. Imagine dodging those things every day. Even 10%. That's 800 bombs. How they do it is amazing to me, and how the death rate among Israelis aren't larger. They're doing such a fantastic job there. Plus the fact that I forgot where I was going with that, but I got so much going through my head at this point in time. I was talking about the people, and it'll come back to me. Another point I wanted to bring out. But, I thought I'd bring that up, and I'd like to know what you're thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen. You're in the chat. Let us know. We've had a couple of comments already. But you're basically right, Apocalypse. It's a never-ending cycle, and it won't stop. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. The minister of Hamas, their leader. I'm going to see if I could find it. I don't know if it's here. But he accused Israel of genocide. Imagine that. He accused Israel of genocide. These are the people you're dealing with. So, I mean, how much more, I know they've been talking for years, but how much more can you talk with these people that everything that comes out of the other side of their mouths, you can't believe any of it? They're calling Israel. They're saying that Israel is, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. So now, here's getting back to our country, and try to segue here, which isn't easy to do. But, like I said, imagine living under those conditions, okay? Running for a bomb shelter, and you got 15 seconds to get there. You never know where it's going to hit. But there you have it. And I'll tell you. I don't know. There's a Marine who's been stuck in a Mexican jail for, it's over 3 months now. Something like 107 or 108 days. Because he took a wrong turn, so it's said, his side of the story. He's a Marine who served in Afghanistan. He has a condition. He was in Mexico during the day that he got arrested. I think he was visiting people, or he went and had a few drinks, came back across the border to get his car, and was coming back to the States, made a wrong turn, ended up back in Mexico, and in his car, with all of his belongings, all that he owned, were 3 rifles. Because of those 3 rifles, they arrested him. He now sits in jail. So far, the president has said nothing about this. He has made no calls, from what we understand. Hasn't even mentioned it. But he'll sit over there in the Rose Garden, or stand over there in the Rose Garden and have press conferences and photo ops with a deserter's family. And I don't blame the family, but you say nothing for this child. You never even called this man's family. I mean, what's going on? What has this country come to? That a man that we elected, or most of us elected, has put in the White House, and this is what he does to our country. But yet, his wife and the vice president's wife will go on national television and talk about how much they love our military, and how you need to support them. You need to do this, and you need to do that, and we need to get back to this. We need to get back to that. But every turn that you make is against our military and the people that are there, giving their lives to protect this country. What is it, Mr. President? Why? We need answers here, and you have none. From the debacle of running guns across the border, right up through the IRS, to where there was not even a smidgen. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen? Not even a smidgen of corruption in his administration or in the IRS case. Well, just for your information, ladies and gentlemen, they just just found an email by the at the time the head of the IRS, who sent out an email to everybody to tell them to be careful about what they said, because the Inspector General was doing an investigation. So be careful what you say in your emails. A month later, all those emails just happened to disappear. There is no accountability to the ruling class in this country. And I am shocked at the American people. They are finally starting to wake up little by little, little by little. And I pray to God that the people that voted this man into office realize what they've done. And the only way to reverse this is to come to your senses as an American, as a person that lives in this country and lives what we stand for: freedom and Americanism. And vote against the party that put him into office. Because no matter how you twist and turn it, ladies and gentlemen, when you're wrong, you're wrong. And they've been doing this for 40, 50, 60 years now, trying to push this agenda, this agenda on this country, the socialistic base of a country that doesn't, can't exist on socialism. We are not a socialistic country. But this is what these people want. This is how they want it. This is their vision. They believe it. They believe in it. So they don't see the other side. They refuse to see the other side. They won't see the other side because they believe they're right. But you can't point to anything that these people have ever done in the history of this country that worked. This man has had 6 years of pushing his agenda, and nothing has happened. Nothing has worked. The economy in the first quarter of this year shrunk over 2.5%, ladies and gentlemen. He keeps talking about jobs. He did it today in his speech in Texas about jobs and Americanism. And it's amazing what the things that this president says. And all of it, most of it, is his fault. He keeps blaming. He blamed Bush for 4.5 years, and the rest of the time, it's everybody else's fault and Congress's fault. And when he says it's Congress's fault, he means it's the Republicans' fault. It's everybody else's fault but his. Well, you know what? It's getting to the point where you can't walk away from it anymore. You just can't walk away from it anymore. How many more times are you going to say, oh, well, I learned it in the news like everybody else? Are you kidding me? The President of the United States who gets briefed when a German chancellor or somebody from England farts, the man gets a goddamn briefing. He's going to tell me he just learned it like everybody else on the news. Who the hell do you think we are, Mr. President? Do you think we're really that stupid? Just because people aren't listening, just because people have followed you, because they thought you were going to be this great man and great leader who was going to be, the tell-all of Washington, and you weren't, and you're not, and now you've let these people down. Now you will learn, and your party will learn what it's like to feel the wrath of the American people. Because they're getting tired of it, ladies and gentlemen, I believe. I believe we're getting tired of it. And I'm going to push this as much as I possibly can. I'm not talking from a left or a right position here. I'm talking from the American position. As an American citizen. Not someone who's pushing the Republicans or agrees with the left or the right or the middle. And I say this all the time, and I know I sound like a broken record. But if we look at this from an American point of view, you don't have to worry about how wrong you are or how right you were about something or about anything or all of these. Wow, it's amazing. Look, if you just took the last debacle of this administration, the border business, and what's going on with these children, they've known for a year now or more that this was going to happen. This president caused this to happen. He's less than 300 miles from the border and won't go down there just to even tell the people who are working night and day, taking care of these children and these people and making sure that they're fed and that they're looked after. Won't even go down there to thank them. Not even to see the people or what's going on, but to thank those people for what they're doing. He won't even do that. He won't even say it. This is a president of the United States? I don't think so. He's too wrapped up in making money. Because that's what he's doing in Texas, ladies and gentlemen. He's there for 2 or 3 fundraisers to raise money for the Democratic Party, who's going to get their asses whipped come this November. I firmly believe that. I believe that into my bones. I know he's lost the independent vote. So now you're going to hear the war on women again. It's coming up again. That's because of what happened with the Supreme Court in their decision. 13 times they went against this man. And 2 of them or 3 of them that he put on that court voted against him. So you tell me what this president has done. There hasn't been anybody to come on this show that can argue for this man. He talks a great game, but he's talking to people that want him to be what he said he was going to be. They believed in him, and now they cannot believe in him, and they can't believe that all of this could happen. So, he's making it like it's everybody else's fault. It's not my fault. It's everybody else's fault. It's not my fault. It is your fault. I don't know. But I think this come this November, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see. I believe we take over the Senate. I believe we retain the House of Representatives, and that will nullify this president and put him in a position where he can do no more harm. And if that's the only reason that you vote against this party this coming November, that's enough, ladies and gentlemen. Because you're not voting against your party. You're voting against tyrannical... I can't even find the words. My mind is moving so quickly. These people think they are untouchable. So for no other reason, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there listening and you are of the Democratic persuasion, I ask you to put that aside. Independents, put it aside. Republicans, put it aside. Become Americans. Vote as Americans. To box this president in. Take the rest of the power that he has away from him until we can make sense of what's going on in this country. Take it back somewhat. Roll it back. Get it back into the hands of the people. And then we can go in and clean house if we want. But we've got to stop the bleeding. Like he's got to stop the bleeding on our southern border. But he won't do it because of ideology. Oh, Congress won't act. Congress has put out over 125 bills. They've put out all kinds of stuff. He just won't sign anything. He won't even talk to them about it. So he blames them. This is what's going on in Washington, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's happening. He doesn't want to interact with anyone. If it isn't his way, it's no way, and it's your fault because you won't do what he wants you to do. He needs to understand this country is run by the people. We decide what happens in this country. We decide who sits in the halls of power in this country. We decide how we want to live in this country. You don't sit there and tell us what you want to do and then make all kinds of problems for this country so that what? So that you think you're going to get your way? It doesn't work that way, Mr. President. It doesn't. Did you honestly think that the American people would lay down and allow you to become king of this country? Because that's what it seems like from where I sit. You don't do anything when something happens. You have no plans or contingencies for anything that happens. When you learn something, it's always from the news and never from the people around you. Then fire the people around you because they're destroying you, Mr. President. But being the micromanager that you are, I don't believe that that's true. And a lot of people are willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. 6 years is a lot of benefit of the doubt. But there's no longer any doubt. Something is going on. And the American people aren't that stupid. You may like to believe that, but they're not. We are not that stupid. And there you have it. I want to go back to the chat room now for a little bit if I can. I don't know. Getting back to the Israel thing, the theologist says we need to stand with Israel. I think that's true. Let's see, what else? Aaron Thomas says, I like your average Israeli. I respect Mossad, but Zionists like Netanyahu spin everything and are just as bloodthirsty as any mullah. Well, I don't know about that, Aaron. Doesn't seem that way to me, is all I can say. I don't know Netanyahu personally, so I can't say. All I can go by is what the opposition says, the words that they use, their actions. I mean, it looks like to me, with your argument saying, Zionists like Netanyahu, I don't know what actually that means, but you think they're as bloodthirsty as mullahs. Well, I don't know. When you're living with a 16 or 15 second, dash to save your life, well, what does that mean? They're sending bombs. I mean, I don't know. So, but I agree that the Israeli people, they deserve a break. The theologist says, wait till Lois Lerner is arrested. Then he'll be... I can't read that word. I don't know what it means. You misspelled it. But, Lois Lerner, she's on the ropes. This woman, this is what's going to happen with her. Mark my words. Either she's going to jail, or this woman is going to end up with amnesty, and she's going to tell it all. One or two things are going to happen. Those are the only options she has left. And for her to get amnesty, she's got to give up something before they even think about giving that to her. So, and Lois Lerner, for those of you who don't know, was the head of the IRS through this whole debacle. And by the way, for those of you out there who haven't followed this, it's been proven by the Inspector General that the IRS did target this administration's political enemies during an election year. So that's a fact. Okay, she was at the top of it. She's going to pay for it, believe me. Hit the fuck. Rick. God. I want to welcome Fab Days to the chat. She joined us during my little rant there. DJ Murdoch Show's network is here. Hello, thanks for joining us. Let's see. Moving on, little hellos back and forth. This show is awesome. Thank you, Pumpkin Face and the Truth Porn Militia. We love you. Thank you. Fab Day says you can talk the talk all you want, but you have to walk the walk. Very true, Jay. Okay. Let's see. The theologist. Don't hold your breath for OB's impeachment. The historic significant trumps the balls with GOP. On this impeachment thing, let me look. I'm for impeaching a president if he deserves it. And by the way, by impeachment, it doesn't mean that he's broken the law. You can be impeached without breaking the law. That's clear in our Constitution. So it's not a question of him breaking the law. It's just how far he goes and what he does. So he I believe he has done impeachable things, but you got to get down into the weeds with this. And right now, it's I think it looks petty if you're going after him for stupid things. If there's something egregious, and it's got to be egregious to impeach a president, and if it happened, then yes, it must happen. But I don't think that we've got the proof right now. All of this is conjecture. They've really tied nothing to him per se. I mean, look, I could be wrong on this. I don't know. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Aaron Thomas says, Obama is just the smoke and mirrors. The smoke and mirrors shit, he says. Zbigniew Brzezinski tells him exactly what to think and say. Same goes for the next prick. Oh, all right. What's the Limbaugh theorem? I don't know, I said so much. Back to Aaron Thomas, who says, former national security advisor, basically the Clinton and Obama administration, one of the guys who actually calls the shots. That's to answer the theologist's question, who is ZB? Brzezinski. That's the answer. Thank you, DJ, says, great show. I appreciate it. DJ Murdoch, thank you. Never appear connected to any of our policies so that you're never attributed to the failures of them. Well, that's called plausible deniability, my friend. That's what it's all about. Thank you, Bob. He says it was a great speech. Goofy Bun, I'm going to open up the lines in just a little while. There's a couple more things I want to cover first, and then we'll hit it all. So stick around. Please don't go anywhere. Fab Days, excellent show. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't know whose speeches you're talking about, Aaron, but let us know, and I'll mention it. Let's see. Theologist says Yahoo posted photos of Barry in Colorado. Barry. You're funny. And captioned them as him at the border. I don't know about that. I'd have to really take a look at that. I haven't seen them, but he hasn't been to the border, and that's he hasn't been there. He's not going there. He doesn't like. I can't. I had it set up yesterday. I was going to play it. His speech yesterday. It's about 12 minutes. I wanted to go over it line by line, but I can't find it again. About why it was a press conference about why he didn't go to the border, because this isn't a game and he's not into photo ops. Really, you were just having beers, playing pool, and talking to a guy who offered you pot, and you don't do photo ops. Now you're just slapping us in the face, Mr. President. That's we understand how all of our politicians lie. We get it. We do. But when you literally slap us in the face like that, that's something that a president should never do. Never in public. Whatever you do behind to get things done, or whatever that's fine. But when you literally slap the American people in the face, that's insulting. I am insulted by that remark. Because you do it all the time with everything that you do, Mr. President. So don't tell us you're not into, photo ops. What was that in the Rose Garden a few weeks ago, when you brought that family out of this guy who deserted his buddies? What was that? That wasn't a photo opportunity, Mr. President? You hugging a gorilla, I don't know what it was, but there was a picture of him actually with his arms around a gorilla. I can't believe this. Not a real one. It was a statue of a gorilla somewhere, I think in Colorado. So don't tell me, Mr. President, you don't do photo ops. Because that should be your last name. That's all you do is photo ops. That's all you do is raise money. And you do nothing else. You caused this humanitarian problem on our border. You're forcing these people into cities in this country without even telling them or calling them and letting them know that these people are coming. So don't tell me you don't do photo ops, Mr. President, because that's the least of your problems. The least of your problems. Oh, man. All right, let's see. Stay on that. It's good. Thank you very much, Aaron. And it's the passion comes from this country. It gives this to me. The freedom that I have gives that to me. To be able to do whatever you want in this country within reason, without hurting anybody else or to better yourself, gave me that feeling in this country. And we're losing that, Aaron. We're losing it. Slowly but surely, we're losing it because people don't understand that every time this government gives you something, it takes your freedom, a little bit of your freedom away from you. You don't realize it. I say this a lot until, it's like every inch, it's an inch, it's an inch, it's an inch. Before you know it, you turn around and they're in front of you already. And now you got nowhere to go. Now they control you for what they've given you. That's why this country was built on hard work. Not on hard work or making money, and that anybody that made money in this country never did it by themselves, but with the help of the government. That's bullshit. They may not have done it on their own, but they had their own people behind them. So don't tell me that you helped these people make it, because you didn't. They did it on their own. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen? Now, anybody that made it in this country didn't do it on their own, meaning that the government helped them or the government had something to do with it because they paved roads. Give me a break. Individualism, capitalism, that's what made this country. That's what built this country. Think about what the world would be like. The entire planet. Take out the America. Take it out of our history. You go back to anywhere, as far back as the beginning of this country goes, or before that, people fleeing England in search of their religious freedoms. And what are they doing? They're shitting all over it today. You can't be a Catholic today without getting some kind of a rub from the left in this country. God forbid. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say God forbid. Wait, that's politically incorrect. But God forbid. They're trampling on our religious freedoms. They're trampling on our matter of speech. You can't say this. You can't say that. Don't say this. Don't say that. You know, don't make your kid wear an Indian costume or a cowboy costume, because that's not right. You're going to insult somebody. Too goddamn bad. If you don't like it, move out. Because it was American men, women, and children that died for the belief, and for you to say what you say in this country today. You can have your views. Be my guest. But don't start shoving it down my throat that that's the way it's got to be, because you know what? That's not how it goes in this country. That's why people like this don't last in this country, don't last in our government, because we, the people, won't stand for it. That's where my patriotism comes from, Aaron. What this country has given to its people over the last 240 years. Did we make mistakes? You bet we did. Do we deserve to be hit over the head with them every goddamn day by our own government and president? No. Because we're a compassionate people. Whenever something on this planet happens, we're the first ones there. But like I said, you try. Go back. Take out America. Take it away like it never existed, and see what kind of world we'd have today. Think about that. In fact, there's a movie out about it. It's called America. Check it out. They go through that scenario. If America didn't exist, what would the world look like? Look what's happening now. We've stepped back from the world stage. Look what's going on. Russia's moving into the Ukraine. You've got China moving in on wants to take away Japanese territory. You got Iran is having a ball over there. You got ISIS moving into not only from Syria but now into another country. Come on, the world is going to shit because we stepped back. I'm not saying we have to be everywhere, or can we be everywhere? No, we can't. But our influence as the number one country on the planet, and the power that we wield and wielded, prevented a lot of it. Just because we had that power and we knew how to use it. We didn't go around, exploiting people or killing people at will to keep our power. What would have Russia done with that power? What would China have done with the power that the United States had, or even has today, but had before, which was a lot bigger and a lot stronger? That's what you need to think about. That's what we're fighting for here, ladies and gentlemen. Not only for the survival of other people, but for our own survival. Because mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't fight them there, they will come here. People will die here. It's going to happen if we don't smarten up and fast. We're pushing an 18 to trillion with a T dollar deficit in this country. And what does the president do to solve the problem? He asks for another $4 billion. That'll only last him about 2 months. For a problem he created. This is where we've gone, ladies and gentlemen. And to me, it looks like a systematic destruction of the American way. And I won't stand for it. You shouldn't either. So please, put away your partisan politics. Forget the party you are registered to and vote as an American this November and in 2016. You may not like the party you're voting for. Just vote for the guy that you think is going to do a better job and get this country back on track. And then we can get back together as a people, like I said before, and wipe them all out and restart everything. We'll just hire or vote in new people come the next election. It's only 2 years from there, 2 to 3 years. And if we get together as a people, it can be done. We can wipe the slate clean. That's how it's got to be done. But it's got to be done in stages. Rick said it last night on his show. Because Rick was, he was at the point where he says, well, what can I do? It just, he kind of lost faith a little bit. But he got it back because he sat back and he thought about it. And like I like to say all the time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And metaphorically, that's this country. I will not see this country on her knees to anyone. To anyone. And that includes a tyrannical president or a tyrannical party. It will not stand. The American people will not allow it. And that's where I get my passion from, Aaron, and thank you for that, and I appreciate it. You can always thank Ernie Abbott to, break the ice here. He says he came in, this is right here, 11:05, it was about 10 minutes ago, and the first thing he says, this is bullshit programming in capital letters. Thank you very much. Ernie Abbott, our brother station, Reacher Radio. Who loves you, baby? The Godfather in the house. Hi-ho! Hi-ho! Welcome, my friend. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. He says, great show, Jay. He's got to go to bed early tonight, so he'll see us all 10 Eastern tomorrow night right here on, of course, Night Talk Weekend Edition. So don't forget that's happening tomorrow night with Rick right here on the Sandsnet Radio Network. Krispy Kreme. Another photo op. Yeah. Let's see. Hellos to Ernie Abbott. Salutations. And they're all saying hello to Ernie. Let's move down and see. Boom, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Let's see. They're still talking back and forth. Aaron Thomas says, you're right, Jay. I'd love to see old school Americana come back. Kick out the humps. Yeah, you see, it's an idea, Aaron. It's just an idea, but it's an idea that lives in a lot of us. It was bred into us. The older generation of today, and I guess anybody that's over 40, I guess 40, around 45 or older than 45. It was a different time. It was, everything was about this country. Yeah, we had our shithead politicians. We always have. But they never got to a point where they could do any damage. And now through promises that weren't kept, real promises and the use of the internet and Facebook and bullshit and the way that, the colleges have twisted the mind of our young. That's how this president got to be where he is. Because we all know in the beginning, what does he run? The only thing he ran was in college when he ran the was a legal review. That's what he ran. And he was a community organizer. That's what he was. That's all he was. And a senator for a year. Because the other year and a half, he was running for president. So, or 2 years, and then he was running for president. However that works out. But that's it. He never ran anything in his life. So earlier, when I believe it was Aaron said that somebody else was pulling his strings, that's not too far from the truth. That's really not too far from the truth. Ernie Abbott says a government strong enough to give you everything is strong enough to take away everything. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. And he wasn't here when I made that statement, or what was close to that statement a little while ago. So there's the mindset that we have. We don't want to lose this country. Not to something that doesn't work. If you've got a better idea, or it's better, or it makes this country better, man, we're all for it. We'll get behind you 100%. But when you use that for your own agenda, to do your own business, that's no good for this country. When you try to destroy what we've built in the last 240 years, that's no good for this country. There's a piece I always turn to that Ernie Abbott played one day on one of his shows. I need the name of that because I don't have it. It's I don't know who it was. I don't remember the name of the man that did it, but what an orator he was. And he speaks about Francis Scott Key and what he told the men. And how that whole story came about. The whole story of Francis Scott Key. And our national anthem. And what it means. And what was behind it. And what happened that night. I don't remember the man's name, but I'm going to get it from Ernie. If you can post it, Ernie, in the chat room, I would love that to let people listen to that. It's just a great, great piece. Great piece. Yes, and you're absolutely right, Aaron. It does go for the UK and in different ways. Yes, it's what you grew up with, what you know. And when you know something is great, or it was great, it is great, but it's starting to lose its greatness, not because of what that thing is, or who that person is, or what that country is, but what the people that are running it are doing to it. That's what hurts. It's not because Americana or Americanism is a bad thing, like all these people want us to believe. That's not the case. We are not bad people. Yeah, we've made mistakes. Of course we made mistakes. But how long are you going to beat us over the head with it? Then you go on a tour. First shot out of the White House. Your first tour, you're going out apologizing to everybody about every damn thing this country's ever done. But you don't mention what this country has done for the rest of the world and society and people in general across this planet. If it's one thing we are not, and I don't think anybody could argue this question, we are not selfish in this country. We may be individually in our own little things, but when it comes to the world and this country, we are not a selfish people. By no means. Try getting away with what these people are pushing in Iraq, in Iran, in China, or in North Korea, or somewhere in Russia. Try it over there and see what happens. See how far you get. Because in this country, we believe in giving you a chance. We gave this man a chance. We gave him 2 chances. And he still won't accept the responsibility of what he's done, which is... Oh, that's right, dead air. Nothing. Theologist mentions Dinesh D'Souza's film, America. Please check it out if you can. I've heard about it. I can't wait to see it. Ernie Abbott says the Sandman, back in the big chair, loving it. Thank you, buddy. Let's see. Truth Porn Militia, Pumpkin Face says, to preserve our freedom, we have to choose between liberty and servitude. And I gotta agree with you on that one. That's well put. You're absolutely right, Pumpkin. And it goes back to what I said earlier and what I've said before. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Liberty and servitude. There's a difference. Liberty makes this country great. Liberty makes what other people want and why they want to come to this country. Servitude, you might as well live in Russia or China or North Korea or Iran. If that's what you want, go live there. If you want socialism, go live there. There's plenty of it around for you to go to, ladies and gentlemen. If that's how you feel, stop pushing it down our throats here in this country. We are not a socialistic state. We never will be. And you people need to understand that. What they're trying to do is buy the American people to warm up to this idea that the government is going to give you everything. The bigger the government gets, the worse it gets. See, that's what they don't understand. They think the bigger they get, the more power they're going to get. Therefore, the more people they can control. That's not how it works here. This is not Russia. This is not a Soviet bloc country. This is not North Korea. This is the United States of America. Exceptionalism, patriotism, freedom, liberty. That's what this country is about. And the sooner you people realize this, you people, I mean the left in this country, the far left in this country, the better off you're going to be. You've had your shot, and it didn't work. Like you've been told, decade after decade after decade, your way of life in this country doesn't work. It won't work. And because of what you're pushing in this country, people aren't working. You are trying to change the structure of this country through socialism. And we'll not stand for it. Pumpkin says, and to preserve their independence, we must not let our rulers load us with perpetual debt. We must make our election between economy and liberty, or profusion and servitude. Thank you, Fab. She says, I'm a wise man. I don't know about a wise man. Maybe, well, wise being learning or gaining knowledge over a period of time, and I guess you're right about that, but thank you. I appreciate it. And he says, great point. I don't know which one he was talking about, but okay. Again, Pumpkin says, Aaron Burr, United States politician who served as vice president under Jefferson. He mortally wounded his political rival, Alexander Hamilton, in a duel and fled the South from 1756 to 1836. Fab Days, my kind of show. I love this passion when he speaks on his beliefs and speaks truth. Thank you. I appreciate that. The Obama Doctrine, says the theologist. Saul Alinsky, Radicalism. Bill Ayers. You know, there's a little bit of truth in that too, theologist. There is. I mean, if you look at... well, here's a quote that was used by the Obama administration, or someone in the Obama administration, during the first or second year of the administration. Let's see who is he today? Where is he? Oh yeah, he's the mayor of one of the deadliest cities in America. Rahm Emanuel said, let no crisis go to waste. Never let a good crisis go to waste. That's right out of the book of Saul Alinsky. Theologist is right about that. So there's a basis for that. There's a reason to at least talk about it, or think about it, or say, is this possible? And I happen to believe that's what they're working towards. It may not be a solid basis for that, but their core is socialism. That's all I see. Because everything they've tried, all the money they've spent, none of it has worked. None of it. Oh, we need time to get out of this hole. You had over 6 years. The economy has now shrunk in the first part of this year by 2.5%, ladies and gentlemen. So when they tell you that things are so great, things are, jobs have been created, millions of jobs have been created, that's bullshit. It's numbers. They work different numbers. They're not telling you the truth. They're not counting the people that could stop looking for work, which is in the millions. Okay? But a constitution of government, once changed from freedom, can never be restored. Liberty, once lost, is lost forever. Very good. I don't know who said that, but Pumpkin Face just put that up. Oh, John Adams. Okay, great. Let's see. Aaron Thomas says Jefferson always said it best. I see you quoting him a lot. Yeah, Jefferson was a very smart man. They all were. They all saw this coming. They all saw it coming. If you go back and look at our history and those men, they were very, very smart people. They really were. Liberty and trust can be restored. It can, theologist. That's why I tell people, like I mentioned Rick earlier, who said, last night that he's had a renewed faith in the American people. I've been pushing that the whole time here. And I'm glad to see him come back around. I'm glad to see that you can see liberty and trust can be restored. It can be. If we don't give in. If they want us to give up because they keep pounding us with the same words over and over and over again. That's the one thing I give the far left in this country and the progressives. They hit you with a message. They all say the same thing and they say it over and over and over again. No matter what you say, that's what they say. And they keep talking until they finish, what they've rehearsed and how they're going to say it. Every time you ask a question. You watch, anytime that there's an argument, that this is what they do. They just continue to talk and talk and talk over you until they get what they have to say out. But they do it so often. And it's a known fact. You say anything over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to tend to start to believe it, whether it's true or not. So we've got to break that cycle. We've got to stop them from doing this and giving out false information. In fact, I think that maybe even the press, believe it or not, in this country is starting to turn on this president and this administration. They're beginning to get fed up. They're beginning to see. I hope that there's little nuances of this happening. So I think it's starting to move in the right direction. Yes, DJ Murdoch Show Network says Obama requested $3.7 billion to fight the surge of illegals. Yes, he did. And I don't think he's going to get it. Here's another problem. You've got to stop the bleeding at the border. They don't understand this. Reagan got caught. Was it Reagan or was it Bush that got caught with this? I think it was Reagan with the amnesty thing. Yeah, okay, we'll promise to do this, this, and that. Let's get this done. They got it done. They did squat. Now, you can't trust this president. I'm not going to trust him with another $4 billion to do what with? That's going to last him, 2 or 3 months? You caused this thing. Go down to the border. Look at what you did. Take responsibility for what you did, but you won't. You won't, Mr. President. You won't take credit for what you did here. You take credit for everything else and blame everything else on everybody else. Now, I can't say that this is a very smart man, because if he was, he'd notice he's in a hole. He'd notice that everything he's trying to do isn't working, and say, maybe, like Clinton did during his second term, decide to move a little more to the right. Or a little more towards rationality. How about that? Forget about left and right. How about moving towards rationality, Mr. President? And say, we've got to stop this. Not even because of the border or because of our laws or what's happening or how porous it is or because of the influx of individuals coming into this country, but how about the humanity of it, like you people like to talk about all the time? How about because of the children who have come 2,000 to 3,000 miles through 3 countries? What about them, Mr. President? You let them believe that it was okay to come here, that once they got here, their children would be free and would be able to stay here. You allowed them to believe that, and you did nothing to stop it when it started, Mr. President. So don't tell me Congress could change this tomorrow. All we need to do is do what I tell you to do. What about that? You people on the left, you far left people, you're always worried about social issues and helping people and children this and children that and the poor this and the poor that. You're screwing them every step of the way. But yet you'll stand there on your soapboxes and you'll say, oh, geez, the poor people this and the poor people that. We need to do this and we need to do that. It's all socially built. Look what you did to these kids and these families. Nobody talks about that. How about that, Mr. President? Do you want to take responsibility for that, maybe? Excuse me. It's amazing. Let's see. Quotes. John Bevan says, I'm old. Great help there, John. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. He's old. Aaron says he's serious about the Americana thing. God, guns, and guts. Oh, and whiskey. The Harvard Law Review. Thank you, Ernie. That's what this president ran before he became a senator. That's all he ever ran. That and the streets. A Harvard Law Review. Yes, he was the president of the Harvard Law Review. Yeah, and he's running. You're absolutely right. John Biven says, well, he's running something else very well. The country into the ground. Very good. John Biven. John says, give me a pen and a BlackBerry. I need to fix this stuff. Ernie Abbott says, from Ouija Radio, WEJA, if we ran our homes like he runs our government, we'd all be up Schitt's Creek and without paddles, my friend, because we wouldn't be able to afford them. Let's see. Oh, we're back to, oh, wow, that was a long time ago. I'm really behind on this. It's, 12:21, 11:21. I'm at 36, so I'm going back here. Let's see. Let me see. We've got messages here. Ernie Abbott. What is it? Great. He sent it to me. All right. I'm getting questions on when people can call in. I'm going to take a quick break now because I've been at this over an hour now, and I'm going to play a couple of songs, and then we're going to open up the line. So if you're out there listening and you wanted to call in right after this break, we're going to open up the lines, have you call in, and take it from there at 11:30. That'll give us an hour and a half to talk, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to do something that I never done before, and I need your input on this as well. I did it at the beginning of the show, but I'm going to do it again because not a lot of you were here. We've got a good audience now, and I want to know what you guys think. So I'm going to do this again. Like I told everybody at the beginning of the show, when I started playing the music, you all know that I've been working on my show, and I've done a couple of new songs, put new songs in, reworked some old stuff, and everything is going really well. Thank you very much, by the way, for your support on all this. But I think when we're done, I'm going to have a new CD, not even of Sinatra songs, but just new songs, and it's going to be great. But I always thought about what it would be like to sing with Sinatra and people like that. And those of you that know me well or personally know, I talk about Bobby Darin sometimes, who was a cousin. And I was thinking about it last night. I spoke about this to Ernie about 3 or 4 days ago. But I was working on something last night, and I found a piece of music by Bobby Darin that just struck me. The music and the way it was done. And I said, what if, I wonder what it would be like if I could have sang with Bobby Darin. What would have happened? How would it have sounded like? Well, I was able to do that. I put this together, and I want to know what you guys think of it, please. Let me know here in the chat. You want to send me an email after you hear this, and especially you guys who listen to the show from the archives, send me an email. Let me know what you think of this song. It's Jay Sands and Bobby Darin doing Clementine, and it goes a little something like this. We'll be right back.
Mr. Bobby Darin.
In a cavern down by a canyon, excavating for a mine. There lived a miner from North Carolina, and his daughter, chubby Clementine.
Let's do this.
Now every morning,
just
about dawning, when the sun
began to shine,
you knew she would rouse up,
then do what?
wake all of them cows
Hey,
up,
you moves, get up.
and walk them down
To where?
to her daddy's mine.
That's right.
I took the footbridge,
Across the water,
right across the water, though she weighed
299. Now that's getting personal, Bobby.
the old bridge trembled
Then what happened?
and disassembled.
Oh no, she went
Dumped her in
right into
to the foamy brine.
Here we go.
Hey, crack like thunder,
Crack like thunder.
no, she went under.
This girl went under.
I'm blowing bubbles
How?
up down the line.
Up and down the line.
Hey, I'm no swimmer,
Neither am I.
but were she swimmer,
What would you have done?
I might have saved that Clementine.
I know you would, Bobby.
Broke the record.
She broke the record.
Way underwater.
Swimming under the water.
Thought that
He thought that she was doing fine. Then what happened?
I wasn't nervous
Okay.
until the service
What service?
that they held for Clementine.
Come on, Bobby.
Hey, you sailor.
Sailor.
Hey, out of your whaler.
Hey, out in your whaler.
With your harpoon and your trusty line.
And a trusty line.
If she shows now,
I think she will.
yeah, there she blows.
Well, there it is.
It just may be
Just maybe.
Chunky Clementine.
Chunky Clementine.
One more time.
You got it. Let's go.
Oh, my darling.
Oh, my darling.
Oh, my darling.
Oh, my darling.
My darling.
Sweet Clementine.
You may be gone, but you're not forgotten. Fare thee well. So long, Clementine.
Bye, Bobby. Gotta love it. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. it's up to you, New York, New York, New York.
Once I could see, once I could feel. Now I am numb, I've become unreal. I walk the night without a coat, stripped of my heart and my soul. You tell 'em, Jay.
What now, my love?
What now, my love?
Now that you've left me, how can I live
How can I live through
another day? Watching my dreams turning into ashes, and all of my hopes
all my hopes?
into bits of clay. Come on, Freddie.
Once I could see, once I could feel. Now I am numb and I become unreal.
I walk through the night
Shooby-dooby-doo-bop,
without a coat.
stripped of my heart, my soul.
What now, my love?
What now, what now, what now, what
Now
now?
that it's over,
What now, what now, what now, what
feel the
now?
whole world falling all around me.
Is that the sky falling all around me? Look at the sky where the earth ought to be. What now, my love? Now that you're gone,
I'd be a fool to go on and on and on. sounds of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Dancers may be on the floor, yeah, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me. You know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Hey everybody, this is Ernie from WEJA Radio. Come on over a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alan in the evenings with his Quiet Storm, starting at 9 p.m. here on WEJA Radio.
Voted Best Stash by Mustache Aficionado in 2013. Voted Best Skype Call Show by the Eternal Order of the Super Secret Skype Chat. Quality shit shows agree. You're listening to Night Talk with Jay Sands on the Sandsnet Radio Network. Only on Spreaker.com.
All right, little dead air there, but things aren't working the way it's supposed to. But we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. And this is what I have to say.
The phone lines are now open. Call us from anywhere in the country or around the world at 321-348-9665. That's 321-348-9665. Or you can Skype us at night.talk4. That's night.talk4. We're ready to take your calls, so call us now.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The lines are now open. Give us a call. I'm waiting for you. We'll see what you guys want to talk about. I've been ranting for over an hour now. I want to quickly say hello to Kiss, who I didn't get to say hello to earlier because I was so far up in the chat. She thinks I don't love her anymore, but I'm so glad you're here. Exact FM Radio, DJ Russ is in the house. I also want to mention that others from Exact FM Radio, like Beth Popper, does a show right here on the Sandsnet Radio Network every night from 7 to 10. Some oldies from 50s and 60s. Great stuff. If that's what you like, go on over there. It's there for your downloading and listening pleasure, like the Iron Man likes to say. Also, we mentioned Mr. Ernie Abbott. Kiss. Wait a minute. Now that I opened the lines, Goofy's leaving? Wow. That was 3 minutes ago. I hope you're still here, guy. Phones are open. We're ready to go. No. Well, I guess he's getting ready for his show coming up soon. But I really like to know what you guys thought of that first song I played. There was a little interlude of Jay, I know, but I don't do that often enough, and Ernie Abbott always tells me that. You know, you got a platform here, you should use it and do it, and I just, you know, I never got, I don't know, but I thought I would do it now, so there you have it. But a couple of you have already, Kiss Kiss is off to the shower. Oh, all right, she'll be back. Okay. Let's see. Let me go. I have to go back again. Goofy says he loved the new song. Thank you, buddy. Great show. I appreciate it. It's 186 point deuce time coming up, so we'll stop over and see him over there. Thanks for stopping in. And our first call of the evening comes from none other than the Iron Man, Mr. Ernie Abbott. What's up, buddy?
Jay Sands, great job tonight, buddy. Great hearing you back on the air, my friend.
Thank you so much. Feels good to be back. Made a few rookie mistakes here, but other than that, I think I've flowed back into the flow of things, so to speak.
Yeah, and that new track, everybody seems to be liking that new track you played.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I told you this afternoon. I don't know how it happened. It just happened, but I'm glad it happened because I'm so excited about that. I really, really am. Lissa Chan, hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping by in the chat room.
Lissa Chan.
Lissa Chan, Lyssa. I think she's from the Philippines because Bob Steele, when he shoots out that we're on the air or the show's on, he shoots all the way over to the Philippines. He goes as far as the Philippines to let everybody know we're on the air.
He posts the shows over on his,
he's posting away, my friend. Love it. We have DJ Russ in the house from Exact FM Radio. I said that already, too. I just want to make sure. Kiss went off to the shower because she just got back from the gym. She says she'll be back. Hopefully she'll call in. And, you know, the lines are open, 321-348-9665. Or you can Skype us at night.talk4, night.talk4. And you'll be on the air.
I got into the show a little bit late, Jay, but I heard the passion and I could feel the fire.
Again,
It was great here. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Well, thank you, Paul.
Play that cut. What's that cut you used to play? Arthur Brown and his Band of Renown.
Which one?
The Fire.
Oh!
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you. Remember those days?
That one?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that used to signify. That used to signify our rants. We started our rants with that one. I remember that. I didn't use it tonight.
Yeah.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you
fire.
There you go. So, did you finally get that file? Did you play it? Do you have it?
The file that you were looking for on the Star Spangled Banner?
No. Today, this afternoon.
The music one.
Yeah.
Yes, I was able to download it after you emailed me the track.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Thank you for that. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I got it. Absolutely.
You can play that at will.
Thank you very much, my friend, and I certainly will. You know, as I always do, with or without your permission.
I just want to tell you,
you don't want me to play that song? Oh, sorry. Tim.
Yeah, it was like what I
By
say
the way, I
matters
shared
to
it
you.
with Grandpa Al, and I shared it with this one and that one and the other one.
Let's see.
Goofy Bones going on. Goofy Bone was here for a while. Goofy Bones over there doing his show, I guess.
Yes, he starts. It's 12 o'clock straight up here. Well, not straight up, but we're about 30 seconds into the new day. It's now Friday, which means 3 o'clock this afternoon, Sands and Abbott comes on. So join us.
Yes, indeed. Trying to get Mr. Jay Bibbin to join us for a little while tomorrow, if possible. He said he got to work something out in his schedule, but he might call in. It'd be nice to talk to John.
Oh, he could call in now if he's listening. You know, we're waiting.
Well,
we take calls.
Good point.
You know,
good point by you.
You know that he could call in now. But...
So, if for listeners like myself who came in a little bit late to your show tonight, Jay, can you give us a quick synopsis of the first hour programming?
Are you kidding me?
To the archive. Do you remember anything that went on during that hour?
No, not a damn thing.
Well, then you got to go to the archive show then and listen in, folks. All right.
Oh, God, that's too funny. Well, yeah, I spoke about, this country and patriotism because our friend from England, I believe, Aaron, is in England, right? Aaron Thomas?
Yes.
He's in the UK, and he mentioned the fact that he loves the patriotism that he hears come from me. And I tried to explain to everybody about where that comes from and why I feel that way. And it's not an easy thing to do, but it is an easy thing to do. And I spoke about the president and what he's done and what he hasn't done and his points about everything, about I believe that his agenda is socialistic, and that's not what this country is about. Spoke about Israel and what they're dealing with over there, and a lot of people are torn between what's going on over there. But I come from the point that people have a right to defend themselves.
Absolutely.
And those are some of the things that we spoke
with
about.
that.
Yeah.
With or without, things getting signed off by other folks. No doubt about it.
There's one thing I didn't get to that I wanted to. You mentioned it today. You were talking about it. You mentioned it today. Rick mentioned it on his show last night, on Night Talk last night with Ricky Sands. I can't believe I'm saying that. The Electoral College. I want to talk a little bit about that because I think there's a misconception about that. And although I don't know a lot about it, I do know what the repercussions would be should we get rid of it.
The Electoral College is opposed to the popular vote for president.
Yes. And the reason it's done, and here's what would happen if we did abolish the Electoral College. Well, first of all, the Electoral College is a... how do you explain it, Ernie? It's a conglomerate of states, or all the states, certain votes, and the votes within the I don't know how to explain the Electoral College. I know what it is, but I can't explain it.
The Electoral College is an institution that officially elects the president or the vice president of the U.S. every 4 years. They're not elected directly by us voters, like in a popular vote, like every other election is in the United States. They're elected by electors, Jay, who are chosen by popular vote on a state-by-state basis. So, in other words, you go to your state, the state has a little convention, and they choose what folks they want to represent them at the national
convention.
When all the electorate get together for each party, to nominate their person they want to run for office as president. So the electors are appointed to each state and the District of Columbia also, but not the territories like Puerto Rico and all that stuff, and Guam. Now, the number of electors in each state is equal to the number of members of Congress to which the state is entitled. So in other words, I only have 2 members of Congress because of my small state. So we only have 2 representatives, whereas a state like California has many, many more, by the size of the population. Let me see. So currently there are 538 electors, I believe, corresponding to the 135 members of the House of Congress, 100 senators, and the 3 additional electors from the House of Representatives. Now, these electors that go to this thing are almost always pledged to a particular presidential and vice presidential candidate. And then there are unpledged electors as well that are possible. So what they do is, let me see here. Now, the 12th Amendment of the Constitution specifies how president and vice president are elected, and that requires each elected to cast 1 vote for president and another for vice president. The candidate that receives the absolute majority of electoral votes, which is currently 270, the office of president or vice president, is elected to that office. So when the election's going on, they're always updating and tabulating how many electoral votes the candidate might have, and to get to 270 whether it's a Democrat or Republican, whoever's running, once they get up to that magic number of 270 electoral votes, then they are elected to that office. Now
that vote is based on the votes that are tabulated throughout the country. That's what these the electors go by. It's not like they sit there and say, well, we want this or we want that. They go by the popular vote throughout the states or their representative states.
Exactly.
So it's not like they sit there and say,
when they
well,
get together at their convention.
Right. But they can't say, it's not like they're sitting there saying.
And then, they commit on election night. And essentially, let's see, President Obama won the popular vote in 26 states and the District of Columbia, captured 332 electoral votes. Governor Mitt Romney won the popular vote in 24 states, and he got 206 electoral votes. So, we would go. What happens is a lot of times, on the East Coast, they're already polls closed, and they're already announcing, victors of various national races. And a lot of times the people in California kind of get disenfranchised, because they see the results are already in place, and like, why even bother to go out and vote if things are already said and done? Whereas if you did a popular vote like we do for every other office other than president and vice president, every vote would count. Every single vote would count. No matter how big your state might be.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that's designed, when you do it that way, it's designed to where just the big cities and the big populated areas would basically own the election, and what they say would go. You see what I'm saying?
Say that again.
That's the argument for keeping the Electoral College. It's that places like big cities would have an advantage over people in the outlying areas and in the in the woods and places like that. They say that would be the turning point, and that the election would be sort of kind of rigged, not rigged, but favor people in large cities and towns. That would be the argument to keep the Electoral College. Whereas
Really?
now they take the complete vote of everybody. Once all the votes are in, then those delegates from that state say, okay, the people said we're going to vote for this guy. This is the guy that won. This is who we're going to support. Instead of having everybody just vote. Now, if let's say New York City votes and upstate New York, Boston, not Boston, but I don't know, a small city up in upstate New York, wants something else. You can't outvote the people in New York City because they're too many people. See what I'm saying? So it would always be the bigger.
I'm saying one person, one vote. What's wrong with the
well, then no, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that they figure that bigger cities would have an advantage over the rural areas of the country.
Well, yeah. Well, the delegates from the small states, I guess, generally would favor the Electoral College out of concern that the larger states could otherwise control presidential elections. Possibly, like you're saying, right? That's what you're saying?
Basically, yeah. So what do you think? I'm going to bring into this conversation now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Bivin, my buddy, my pal, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, but I'm trying to figure out who's baking the cake.
What cake?
I don't know. It sounds like somebody's whisking eggs back
Oh,
there.
that's Ernie's phone. It does that. He's on the
I can't
phone.
cook while I'm talking?
No, you can't. That's very rude, by the way. Is that Sherry Bivin in the background?
Cereal, Ernie, go get us some cereal like the old days.
I got some good cereal over here. I'm making some French toast right now, so excuse me. I'm sorry if you're hearing the whisking in the background.
Whisking
I'm mixing
your
the
ass.
egg and the milk and the cinnamon sugar, and we're going to make some French toast tonight.
Oh my God!
Son of a bit. Now I got to go make French toast. Can you imagine this?
Toast?
You see what you started, John Bivin?
With bacon.
With bacon.
I'm going all the way, man.
So how are you, John? What's going on, my friend?
Oh, gosh. I'm working myself into the bottom of the barrel.
Really? What are you doing? What's going on?
Well, there's this veterinarian that we took our cat to, and I got a feeling my wife is going to jump.
Okay, yeah, like this cat. I knew.
Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sherry Bivin. Sherry, welcome, darling. Hello, and how are you?
Dear, listen. Oh, I love that one song, and I forgot the name of it that you played.
Was it the first one?
Spanish beat.
Oh, Sway, yes.
Oh, fabulous.
Well, thank you, my dear.
Just loved it, dear.
We'll have to get you a copy.
Anyway, this cat was on the way out, and I knew it, so I was going to have the cat put down for $60.
Right.
John says no way. He wants to try to save the cat. So I take this cat. I take this cat to a vet, right? And John is going to be doing some work for the vet. And so I said, look, usually you have to pay up front. I said, can I make payments on this? Okay. He agrees. Well, listen, they ran test after test after test, and I didn't know all this was even going on. You know what the damn bill was? It was almost $1,300.
Yeah.
Listen, they charged $30 every time they took that animal's blood pressure. My medical doctor does not charge that much.
That's right.
And so now John is working. Yeah, he's working the debt off. He's working his ass off, but it's his fault because it would have cost us $60, people. And then you know what? When we got the diagnosis, the cat had a heart condition.
Nothing you could do.
Couldn't even afford the medication to save the cat. And I ended up paying another vet that I found after the fact to put the cat down anyway. So we have a $1,300 bill, another bill that I had to pay $80 to have the cat put down.
Instead of $60.
We don't even have a cat. The cat's gone.
You see, that's why, I don't agree with these, it's good to have a vet in emergencies, broken legs, something like that, because they don't care about these animals like they say they do. They care about the money. It's all about the money. And what they do is they play on the owners of these animals. It's a scheme. Yeah. It's a money maker, and they should be shut down as far as I'm concerned.
I know. And listen, this is economically depressed, really economically depressed Southern Illinois. And he should have said, he should have told me what was going. Now, do you realize that we're going doing this and doing that, and how much it's going to cost? And you know what? I finally found the best vet in the whole world who really does give a shit, who really does care. After I find him because he's going to put my cat down, and I find this wonderful vet who is caring, and he diagnosed the dying cat before I ever even told him. I was complaining about this other vet and that horrible bill. He listened to his heart once and told me exactly what was wrong with the cat. Now, why could this other vet not have done that? Well, I'm sure he could have. But
of course he could have, but then he wouldn't have made $1,300.
Yeah, milking us.
Wouldn't have made $1,300.
No.
How are you going to charge $30 for blood tests on a cat? How many times?
Blood test, blood pressure. Look, there were 3 or 4 charges for blood pressure at $30 a pop.
Well, tell him, listen, right off the bat, I'm taking $90 off the bill because all you need to do is take it once. How many times you got to take? And you're going to charge me $30 every time you take a blood pressure on a cat that takes you 40 seconds? Are you out of your mind?
Hey, my medical doctor does not charge that much. I am not kidding.
And they don't charge for taking your blood pressure.
MD. It's just highway robbery, especially around these here parts.
It's disgusting what they're doing.
Couldn't you just go on the computer, Sherry, and sign them up for Obamacare, the cat?
Listen, oh, kidding.
No, because it would have been double.
I should have taken the cat across the border and surrendered his American citizenship, and then drug his ass
back across the border.
And upon arriving on the shore, he would have been eligible for every benefit known to me.
That's true.
Probably still be alive.
And so probably still be alive.
So anyway, I've been working at that vet's office for the last, I don't know.
As well you should.
As well you should. You walked into that one, John?
Oh,
you're a good man, John.
With your eyes closed. With your eyes wide shut.
So anyway, I think tomorrow's the last day. I'm gonna program his phone system,
and then we're gonna build the shit out of it.
There you go. Well, it was $45 for 37 taps on the keyboard.
And I'm going to tell him that John was so stressed out, I had to take John's blood pressure. And
yeah, and it was $100 a shot because John is a big guy. So, that's exactly what I do. Yeah, okay, $1,300. The bill was $2,600. My bill to you. So 13 minus 26. You owe me $1,300.
When you coming over to work at my house?
Yeah, work my house. Nothing. Shit. Unbelievable.
Hey, it's great hearing you two over here.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. We miss you.
Yeah.
Well, you miss me. I haven't even seen you around.
Yeah, I know. I've been busy, and every time I go to turn around to do something or go to listen to a show live, I find out that the show's over because you missed it by an hour, asshole. So that's what I do. Every time I turn around, I always miss something. So I apologize.
And then you do those shows in the stinking middle of the night when I have no idea that you're on the show.
So you got my Skype message? I guess that worked because everybody showed up tonight.
No, actually, for some reason I was just kind of perusing to see if you had been on, and I listened to a little bit of Rick's rant from last night, and he said he was going to promote the fact that you're going to be on tonight, so you can thank Rick for that.
Yeah, well, he's kind of upset about that he had to do that.
Well, it sounded like there was a little bit of a state of confusion going on.
Well, there was, and again, this is how busy I've been, John. I got so turned around that I thought yesterday was Thursday. So I hear yesterday, or earlier in the day, or I think it was the day before, that Pumpkin Face wasn't going to do Tuesdays. Well, I didn't know about Tuesday, but I found out he was going to be off for the week. He's doing personal things, so that Thursday was open. And last night, about 9:15, I realized, oh my God, there's nobody covering tonight. I got to get on the air. I got to do this. I got to do that. I went and I found what I wanted to do, what I was going to talk about. I set it all up. It's like 3 minutes to 10, and I said, oh shit, I didn't tell Rick. So I get on Skype and I send a message to Rick. Say, Rick, I'm sorry I didn't get you this earlier, but I'll do the show tonight. In case you thought about doing it. Because Pumpkin's on vacation. I said, I'll do the show. He says, what are you talking about? He says, all right, if you want to do the show, that's fine. But, it's, I didn't realize it was Wednesday. So.
Welcome to the retired.
He thought I was trying to, at the last second muscle it. I said, no, go to the show. I thought it was Thursday. So there you go. I was a day early. So better a day early than a day late, I guess, huh? So that's where I've been, and working on the show, and I've practically got, I think, a new CD, but all the stuff I've been doing.
Oh, hey, you guys!
Yeah.
We saw the best miniseries called John Adams, and we saw it on Amazon Prime. My daughter has an account, so we're using her login.
Okay.
But it is
finally getting something from that girl.
Yeah, that's right. But it is absolutely historically accurate. It was fabulous.
And give us the name again.
John Adams. It's about President John Adams.
Okay.
But it goes into he and Jefferson, the whole shooting match. But it's stuff that, it's historically accurate. It is just so, it won an Emmy, I guess, and it was fabulous. And something I didn't know that you all may know, but I did not know this. In their old age, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, they used to be really good friends, and then they kind of fell out because they had differing political views. But then in their older retired age, they started a letter correspondence, and thank God they did because we have those records. But anyway, so at some point they are older, and they're the only two surviving that that were there during the Revolution and the Constitution and all of that. They're the only two still alive, and they both died on the same day, the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Constitution, July 4th. Was it 1826?
Wow.
Yes.
Jefferson died first, 5 hours before John. And John Adams, his last words were something like, because he didn't know Jefferson had died, and he said, Thomas, what was it? Thomas still survives. And he didn't realize that Thomas Jefferson had passed 5 hours before him. But is that utterly amazing?
That is something.
That's spiritual almost. You know what?
That is.
That's
50 years
divine.
to the day.
It's divine. 50 years. And I think Thomas Jefferson's last words were is it the 4th? Because they were so excited about this 4th of July being the 50th anniversary. But anyway, it's a great show. If you get a chance to watch it, I think there's 7 parts, and it was just fabulous.
I heard Jefferson's last words were, and I did not sleep with that Helmsley woman. I did not sleep with that.
Hey, but he did, because I saw a genealogy show, and his ancestors are her. What was that slave's
Oh,
name?
absolutely.
But anyway,
His blood.
yeah, he did father children by her, and their descendants are walking the earth today, and they've done genetic testing and all this, and it is a fact.
It absolutely is. Yeah. No doubt about it.
So it's Jefferson and who was he? Jefferson and who?
John Adams.
And then John Adams.
Oh no, his slave.
Yes, he was.
What's her name?
Fooling
Started
around
with
with
an
the
A.
slave.
Helmsley was it?
Yeah, I think it was Helmsley.
No,
Because I was going to say
close. That's close. But I guess he loved her. I think they were. Yeah, they had a long ongoing
that. Oh
affair.
yeah, children and everything. Yep.
Yeah.
I thought his last words were going to be, "I didn't do it. The other guy did." You know.
Or maybe it was look out. Maybe he had a premonition and said, "Look out for Obama."
Oh Jesus. Anyway, Mr. Biven, I'm interested. You heard my little bit with Bobby Darin. What did you think? Or did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it. I thought it was a good idea. I wish you would have harmonized with him.
Yeah, I realized that afterwards, and it would take a little more effort to do that.
Yeah, I was just, I don't mean to be critical.
No, but that's what I want. That's why I asked you.
Yeah.
There were a couple of occasions when you did harmonize, though.
That was actually Darren that kind of slung off of the melody, and Jay stuck to it. So it was actually Darren harmonized with Jay.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing wrong. Yeah, what's wrong with that, Mr. Biv, man?
I'm just being perfectly honest.
And that's what I want. That's why I love you, because you're brutally honest. Now get off my show.
It sounded beautiful.
Yeah, you did a real good job. It was a good idea.
What did you think about the matchup and the voices sound-wise?
It was pretty close. Yeah, it was mixed pretty well.
I don't mean vocally. I meant actual sound levels.
What now?
The sound levels of each voice. Does it sound like it could have been recorded live?
Yeah, no. You did a good mix.
Cool. That's what I wanted to know. I couldn't care about anything else, John. I mean, come on. No, I'm serious. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that. I really am.
I'd say you did a whale of a job.
Oh, there he goes. He's going under the water there, Mr. John Biven with the whale and the very nice. Yeah. Very.
I kind of got that's what he was saying about that gal.
The whaler. Yeah, on your whaler, throw a line. She was huge. You know, that's a remake of the kids song Clementine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That was one of the first songs I learned to play on the guitar by notes when I started learning to read notes, and I always loved that song.
I didn't realize that until I started this project. That was actually a kid's tune, Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. That's where it originated. Imagine that. But thank you for that.
That was the Huckleberry Hound show.
I got your Huckleberry right here, pal. All right,
Did
don't
he used
start.
to sing that the opening of the show? Remember Huckleberry Hound?
Yeah, I remember Huckleberry Hound. He was Huckleberry Blue too.
I don't know. I'm getting into all these old cartoons again. I'm reliving them through, Little Hunter over here. It's like,
Yeah, go ahead. Blame Hunter.
McGilla Gorilla.
Yeah.
I
Blame
love
Hunter.
Come on, great stuff.
Well, what does Hunter know about McGilla Gorilla and Huckleberry Hound?
Well,
huh?
he's going to know a lot about him when I'm done.
Yes, for sure.
You've never heard of McGilla Gorilla?
No, I never heard of them. I grew up in Texas. We didn't have such things.
You didn't have? Of course you did. It was part of this country. And that's part of our Americana.
What
What about El Kabong? Do you
El
remember
Kabong.
I
El
never had
Kabong.
I had Captain Kangaroo in Texas. I
Captain
never had any
Kangaroo
of
and
that.
Mr. Green.
Hey, maybe I
Wow.
was out playing while you all were being.
No, because we were out and playing too. But, Saturday mornings, you watched cartoons. And
That's right.
I know. I watch cartoons, and I'm telling you, those shows.
what about Top
Oh,
Cat? Remember Top Cat?
Yeah. There was a Top Cat. show.
Yes,
I
the
would-
Top Cat, yeah.
Oh, Top
But I
Cat was the
never heard
best.
those.
And the Thunderbirds, the puppet show, the worst puppet show ever.
That was almost the worst puppet show.
Yeah, right? Oh, what was the worst?
The worst
What's going on now in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
Oh, and I thought of another thing that Obama's great at:
What's that?
planning vacations.
Oh, yeah, he's excellent at that. Ernie says that all the time. Hey, leave the guy alone. Let him golf his way out of office. This way he's out, he's there, he's on the golf course, and can't do any damage.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great idea.
Damn, I could plan some great vacations if I had the money that he had available. No way,
Yeah.
your money.
Yeah, if I had your money, I'd go on vacation too.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
And Jay's money and Goofy Bones' money and everybody else's money that he gets.
That's right. That's exactly right. And I don't believe he pays for any of it. It's all on the taxpayer's dime.
You ever see when he travels, like the aircraft, the vehicles involved, the personnel
Oh, yeah,
involved
that's-
before and during and after?
Mhm.
It's like it's unbelievable, man. RD was talking about, our buddy over in Holland was talking about when he was over there visiting the Queen of Holland a few months back, man. He said, the whole country was disrupted. They virtually shut everything down while he's in town. They take
Except
everything
in
over. Yeah.
Well, gee, I got to say, I don't know where it went, but I've only got a half hour left in this show.
Really?
Yeah. It's already 12:30 almost. There's 32 minutes
And
left in the
then
show.
stay tuned for Night Tracks. You're going to do
Stay-
Night Tracks tonight?
What do you think I am,
Double
Ricky
A.
Sands?
It's a beautiful day. Like in baseball, play two. It's a beautiful day, man.
It's a beautiful day, huh? I don't know about
doubleheader,
that.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that what you're saying? I don't know.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
Yeah.
know about night
You know,
tracks, but
What's today? Thursday?
today's Thursday, yeah.
Wednesday.
No, it's Thursday.
No, it's Thursday now.
Actually,
It's 12:29
Friday, right?
a.m. on the East Coast. Well, it's still Thursday. It's still Thursday where they are. She's right.
We got 15 hours to Sands and
Oh, I said
Abbott,
it was
everybody.
That's right, 15. What was that, Sherry?
I said no. I said it was Wednesday, but it was a little joke.
But no, it is. For you, it still is Wednesday. It's only
No,
11:30 where
Thursday.
you are, right?
It's Thursday.
Is it
In
11?
reality, it's Thursday.
No.
We're going
In
from
your
Thursday. You
reality,
started
it's
your
still
show.
Wednesday. It's only 11:30 over there.
Yeah, but it's Thursday. You're a day off. It's Friday where you are. It's Thursday where.
You were
No,
dead
it's only-
yesterday,
I see,
now
I'm
you're
still
dead
behind. So somebody understood what I was saying. Very good. See how confused I
I
am?
have to mess with you, Jay.
I am so confused it isn't funny. I'm telling you. Yeah, go ahead. You laugh, John Biven. I'll come over there. I swear to God, I'll flatten your keys.
Hey, maybe we can do some mud wrestling.
Just some mud wrestling.
We haven't gotten a mud wrestle in a long time.
Oh gosh, that's too
By
funny.
the way, Sherry, we're up to $1,470 on the.
Yeah, $30, and it's muff time.
$30 to go. Yeah. You said that there was no statute of limitations,
Over
right?
Big muff shaving?
Yeah.
I thought I had been released from my.
Oh, never. No,
my
no.
pledge
If I got to take the
because-
money out of my pocket, you ain't getting released.
I took
had
that link off my website.
I had
Wow.
planned. I came up with a great idea in the shower of what to do with all that business. So
Oh,
I'll have
and-
to rehash that in my mind and remember what it was.
Oh, okay. You do that and let us know.
Yeah, tremendous.
So there you have it.
that-
I mean, it felt pretty good to rant away like that tonight. It really did.
I could tell you've been, you've been using the Sands and Abbott platform to kind of air out some grievances and stuff. So
Yeah, a
I
little bit.
figured, you were ready for a 3-hour show. You know,
A 3-hour rant.
The weather started getting rough. That Sandman was so rough. If not for the coverage of the Fearless crew, the Sandman would be lost.
Yeah, you ever think, John, that maybe Ernie was a TV guy when he was younger? Didn't go out do much. Was always watching TV.
How the hell did Millionaire bring all those clothes for a 3-hour tour?
How the hell?
Ginger had her whole wardrobe over there. You know what I mean? 3-hour tour. I don't know.
Too funny. Well, all you guys that are still listening out there, I don't see you talking in the chat. It's just Lissa Chan, Exact FM's Russ, and Aaron are talking. Let's see. I want to see who's still out there. So give me, I don't know, what number should we use? We're going to use Goofy's, the way he likes to put numbers up if this is right. So let's see. We'll use... I don't know, number 5. If you're still out there listening, you're in the chat. I want to see your 5s. Give me a high 5. There you go. How about that, Ernie? A high 5 in the chat.
There you
go. High 5 in the chat. I want to see that. There it is. Aaron's there. He was the first one. He's still here, he says. And by the way, Aaron is in the UK. He listens to us where it's now almost 5:30, I think, in
5:32, yeah, that's right.
All right, Lissa Chan, everybody. Okay, here they are. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lissa. Okay, we get it, Lissa. What's that, John?
5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Sandman. Woohoo!
Hi ho!
That's the latest ongoing joke, John.
Yeah.
That's related to an after-hours Skype conversation that we can't reveal.
Kind of like
those days?
Woo-hoo! Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, gee. It's all good.
I've forgotten where that came from, Ernie.
That was when you hit 50,000 plays.
No. Yes.
That was a good night. We did that. It was another good day is when we did that 24-hour marathon. Man.
Yes.
Show after another.
Yes, that was good.
John into skipping out of work.
Yeah, John, that was tremendous, man. Yeah, we sure did.
Just to give you an idea of where Hi Ho came from, John, I'm going to ask you a question. Let's see if you can answer it. If you can't, I'll give you the answer, and you'll know what we're talking about. What's red and has 7 little dents?
God. What is it? Somebody's car.
Hi ho!
No, Snow White's cherry.
That's awful.
Awfully funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
But awesome. Now when you hear Hi Ho, you'll know where, in what direction hence that came, or from when hence that came, or where it came from. I should have just said it that way. Oh, too much. But yeah, that's the only way we can explain it.
Hey, did you hear John's show on Sunday, Jay? I sent you a little cut of John's piano play Sunday, man. It was fantastic. It was fabulous.
Where did you send it to?
I sent it, I think, on Unseen. I'll have to send it to your email. But anyway, I was sitting out having lunch out on the back porch here with the Hunter we were all out there, sitting out there by the pool having lunch, and John's show was on from the Pillar of Fire Church. And John was doing, as you know, he does the little musical interludes and so forth, as well as the preaching at times. But I don't know, it just something. I was listening that day, and every day is good that John plays the piano, but that something about that show Sunday, man. The songs and the feeling and the mood and the play. It was I encourage everybody to go listen to John's show anyway from Sunday, man. Talk about some beautiful piano play. I'm telling you, John, that was tremendous, man. it put me right in the spirit, man, of things. I'm telling you right now.
Is this the one that says Ernie J. Cuts? What is that? 5?
No, that's something I made with you and me and some bloopers from Sands and Abbott.
Oh, okay.
You might not want to play that. It's predominantly your bloopers. Seeing I put it together.
You Weisenheimer, you.
I'll resend that to you on email, or just for your own listening pleasure, Jay.
I'm downloading it now.
The John Biven piano playing.
Let's get this show rolling.
Arnie, you know what I like to do when that man gets playing? Here at the house, not a church, of course, but I get between he and his keyboards, and just the music just flows through every cell of my body. And it is so awesome.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, that was,
wow.
Oh, man.
And it's rather erotic, too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Very inspirational and motivational and uplifting and spiritual.
And church-like. I want to hear what this... Am I going to regret anything if I play this on the air, Ernie?
No, it's tremendous.
So let's get this show rolling. Let's go. Okay, and we're back. You gotta love live radio. You gotta. Bruce Abbott, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Sands and Abbott. Why don't we do that now? Why don't you introduce all of the guys in the band and what they play?
I actually did that a moment ago with Ernie while she was doing that.
Oh, okay.
You gotta listen to the show, Jay. Where you been, my friend?
You know, Ernie, you're a Weisenheimer. Just for those of you who don't know, these are clips from Sands and Abbott that Mr. Ernie Abbott put together.
Yeah, it's actually pretty. Yeah, it's a good cut.
Our fluffs. Here we go.
Getting the tracks together.
Yeah, I was busy working.
Just send them over to Jay. Not a problem.
I feel like an idiot now. You made me feel like an idiot, Ernie. Okay, now.
No, hey, we're on live radio, Jay. Things happen, man. This is nothing. Come on, bro. I got your back, man. We're all set. We're moving on.
That's right. We're all ready to go. Say goodbye to Bruce. We're going to play a third cut from that CD that nobody else has got, that we had to play, that we got to play today. I love it. Nobody else has got it but us, Ernie. We got it. You can't be funnier than me on my show, John. DJ Ellis we're talking to, who does rap, and his message is strength, family, hard work, and something everybody, I think, can take away from this music. I love it. On your website, there's a dragon that you drew.
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of that, maybe, that you can sign and get to me? Because I love dragons.
Yeah, sure.
Would you mind doing
Which
that?
I never got, by the way, Ernie.
No,
I hear you.
Well, good, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be back on the show. You know that. No, I'm kidding. This dead air brought to you by Illis, DJ Illis, and E.L. Mahan. Slap the monkey. It's got to be one of the funniest songs I've ever played, but I like it. This is. I don't know where I lost control, but somewhere along the line.
Like everything else. And we'll play the rest of that another time. But very nice there, Mr. Ernie Abbott. Very nice.
Had a little fun one night. Too much.
One night? Is that what you said?
Yeah. No, putting that together.
Damn it! What did I do? I did it again. You know. Oh, Jay Sands, what the hell is wrong with you? One of these days, I'm going to knock out the whole show. Listen, Mr. John Biven, all right? I've had enough of you, too, tonight. Boy, oh, boy. I closed everything down but Sam, thank God. That's so stupid. Anyway. I guess we lost. Oh, there. Oh, okay. Let's see. We've got Alyssa Chan. Aaron Thomas is still here. Truth Porn Militia. He went to Crash, so he's saying thank you. So nice to see you back in the big chair, Jay. Thank you very much. Rest well, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. All right, there's something going on in my chat, and I need to understand it because I don't. Maybe because I'm too old. What is a pansexual?
A what?
A pansexual.
PAN?
Yeah.
Pansexual.
Around while they're having sex.
No, that's Exorcist territory. We don't want none of that. Oh no, let's not go there, please. Oh,
I don't know. That's a new one. That's a new one on me. I have no idea.
I know what it is.
What is that?
It's a guy that's in a lot of trouble when his wife holds his balls over the fire when he got caught.
I want to quickly say goodnight to DJ Murdoch. Thanks for dropping by, buddy, and spending time with us here on Night Talk. Thank you very much. Oh, it means you like a person for their personality. Very good, Lissa Chan. Very good. That's what it means. It means you like a person for their personality. So she's a pansexual.
Like Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings. That was her name.
Sally Hemings.
That's right.
Not
Sally
their gender.
Hemings.
Oh, so you like
Sorry,
a
I
person
had
for
to
their
throw that.
personality, not their gender. Oh, okay. All right. Look at that. 13 years old. That's pretty good. She's 13.
Wow.
We have a 13-year-old on the air with us.
No, not on the air. She's in the chat room.
She's
I
listening.
like that.
Oh,
Though.
she's listening?
Yeah, she's
And
listening in.
She's been listening all this time.
All this time, yeah.
Oh, for Christ. She should not be listening.
Well, she's in the Philippines, so I think it's early. Are they ahead of us or behind
It
us?
doesn't matter. We've been
She's in the Philippines, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's
vile
fine.
language and sexual innuendo. Oh,
But it's innuendo. It's not actual,
Oh, for
heaven's sake, she says.
I'm on a guilt trip.
Uh-oh, there she goes. Is that what white guilt is all about?
It's all about when you've been caught red-handed.
Oh, jeez, red-handed. You know what? I want to play that song again.
Which one?
Yes.
I like it so much. The one I did with Bobby Darin.
Play it.
I want to play it so bad. I played it like after I did it. It took a while to get it down, and then just screwing around. And I said, wow, well maybe this could work, and then that was the result. Yeah, as soon as the show's over, I'm gonna play it like 11 times.
Put it on the loop, man. Put it on the
Play
loop.
12 times. 12.
Nah, 12 is too easy. That's even. You gotta do it like 11 times.
John, they used to have this show over in the UK called Duet Impossible, where they took a current artist and paired them with an older deceased artist, and they'd have the deceased artist up on doing a video of a song behind the person, and they would sort of sing along. You ever heard of that show?
I've never heard of that show, but I know that that
YouTube has some.
I know that one young gal that has the amazing voice did that somewhere. I can't even think of her name now, but she's
If you go to YouTube, there's all the videos of different shows that they aired on that series over in the UK. It was quite well done. I really enjoyed it. Cool stuff.
This Dead Air brought to you by Ouija Radio, WEJA, Ouija, love you, and the Ernie Abbott Show on two
And
platforms.
Mr. John Biven. Mr. John Biven. Doing his new Christian artist, or what's this? How do you title that show, John? Undiscovered or unknown Christian artists? Lesser known, excuse me.
Lesser known artists, the John Biven
That's
Show.
on Saturday evenings.
They're
that's,
lesser known except for around here because I've heard them a million times. I know them well.
There's some pretty good ones, actually. I heard many that are really good. Obscure, not known, obviously, but good stuff. It's amazing how different the music is within a genre. Like the gospel genre, you got rock bands playing gospel stuff. You got rappers doing it. You got traditional, old school. It's amazing, man. This Dead Air is brought to you by John Biven.
Now cut that out, you.
Sherry's over here singing.
It's Sandman. I can get out of my head now.
That's me. Never get me out of your head. Because I'm the Sandman.
Out of my head.
Playing your songs all night long on Sandsnet and more. We like to play. Nah.
Soon into night tracks with the Sandman.
With the Sandman, everyone knows. You calling me dumb now? Hold on there, Mr. Biven. Hold on there, sir.
Hey, how's that stash doing? We get a stash update. Is it all back in the way it was? There you go.
Oh no! I'll be dreaming, Mr. Sandman.
Hey, that's me. Sorry, they already have. Oh, God. Oh, jeez, that's too funny.
The Sandman.
Oh,
good stuff,
that's
man.
Too funny.
Good stuff, Sandman.
Thank you, buddy.
Good stuff.
Well, we've got about 13 minutes. Hey, look, it sounds like you're rubbing. Never mind.
Dicing.
I'm rubbing two
Dicing
sticks together. I'm
onions.
trying to get this fire going.
Well,
Hold on.
you got to get that computer fixed, Ernie, because I can't take this phone anymore.
I thought he was...
And there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. John Biven loses it on the air.
I thought he was doing a Rick rubbing one out.
Oh, Rick would be in bed. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, you cracked yourself up there, John.
Oh, it's awful.
Look at this. He's hysterical.
There's only one kind of rubbing out I do there, Mr. Biven.
Not with that sound, pal.
Man, that's awful. I don't hardly even listen to Rick, and he's already corrupted.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Oh, jeez, that's too funny.
Good stuff.
Oh, man. See? Oh. That's why we miss you, John. And there it is. This is live, is it not, John? You playing your organ? John?
I miss him too. I miss John too.
Are you playing your organ, John?
He's been busy working off the dead cat.
Working off the dead cat. Now, some in other circles, that could be really dirty.
Working off.
I don't get it.
Hey, can we get an update? How did your daughter do in her first year up in school over here in New England?
She did fine, did really well, and now she's been in Chicago making some dough. Working at the Guggenheim. She's got an internship at the Guggenheim in
New York.
their finance department, where my brother-in-law is the big boss, and so he got her the internship, and she's going to make $5,000 this summer.
Very good.
So, yeah, we're
Good
real
resume.
happy.
Good
She's
resume
making some
material.
money.
Now, that's the
Look at our
Guggenheim in New
resume.
York, right?
Huh?
The Guggenheim in New York?
No, Chicago.
Oh, they got a Guggenheim in Chicago. I didn't know that.
It's the same family, but this is finance. This is high
Oh,
finance.
the museum is in New York. I see. I got you. Actually, it's on
And she's
Fifth
got
Avenue,
James Taylor.
alongside the Central Park there, the Guggenheim Museum.
Yeah, this isn't a museum. This is,
This is the place that loans money to Citibank.
yeah.
Oh,
it's that
no,
place.
wonderful. Very nice. Loans money to
We're going to
Citibank.
see if she can get us a loan.
Wow.
Did anybody need a loan?
finance.
Imagine if you could loan money to Citibank, how much money you must have.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
man.
ridiculous.
You know, they're throwing, tens and 15s of millions of dollars around every few hours. It's just crazy.
Wow.
All right, got to say goodnight quickly to Fab Days. She's saying goodnight to us all. Thank you, sweetie, for being around. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Let me run it down quickly. Fab Days, Lissa Chan, Aaron Thomas, of course, Mr. John Biven, and WEJA Radio's Ernie Abbott. We had DJ
Kiss.
Murdoch. Kiss Kiss was here. She never came back. She must have slipped in the shower.
Pumpkin Face was in there for a while.
Exact FM radio as well. Let's see. Truth Porn Militia, Pumpkin Face. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it.
APOC.
Apocalypse. Yes. He was here for a while.
Oh, the truth-ologist or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah.
The theologist. Yes, he was with us too.
Billy Barn Boy.
Billy the Barn Boy was here with us as well. Let's see. Rick stopped in as well. He was here with us for a while. Bob Steele joined us. He was with us earlier. I don't know if he's still with us. He's probably listening out there. Mr. Bob Steele. Judy, did Judy stop? I don't think Judy stopped by.
She was at an event tonight, so I don't think she's back yet.
No, she wasn't here because I lost lost my the upper part of the chat because I refreshed.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk
mistake.
about. I was getting me worried there for a minute. You were talking about losing something. I'm glad it was just a chat.
Now listen, Mr. Ernie Abbott, you're going to stop this because this was a family show. Who the hell am I kidding? It was never a family show. What was that? There's Bob. He's still here. What was that, Sherry?
I said, and there's a 13-year-old listening.
And there's that's Listen Chan.
I didn't go any further.
And Fab Days is telling us that she loves your laugh, Ernie.
Oh, thank you, hon.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetie.
Some have said it's a little on the evil side, but
It is not.
And here all this time, I thought she was talking about my laugh. She was talking about yours.
It was my former principal did not like my laugh.
Were you laughing in his face?
Well, it was a female, and I just was, we were having a conversation one day, and some of her answers were pretty funny, so I just started chuckling. You've got an evil laugh there, Mr. Abbott.
But anyway, I want to thank everybody for listening. We got about 7 minutes left. I want to make sure I thank everybody. This was great. I can't believe 3 hours is gone again. It goes so quickly. It really does. It really does go quickly.
Just like life, Jay.
Just like life, my dear. Quickly. And the
like the sand through an hourglass.
So are the days of our lives.
The Sandman through an hourglass.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what did you say, Sherry? What'd you say?
I said just like the Sandman through an hourglass.
Where did he throw it?
No, through. Like sand through an hourglass. The sand. Oh, God.
Where did he throw it?
It's the Sandman bringing you tunes and talking through all of your blues. I could have been a songwriter.
I think you should do that track, man.
Oh yeah, the Sandman.
A great big balloon.
Oh Jesus. Anyway, especially to you guys out there that listen all the time in the archives. Thank you, because you're important too, even though we don't get to talk to you directly. Well, we kind of, or in the chat, or on the Skype, or the phone. But I want to thank you all as well for listening, for making the Sandsnet Radio Network something worthwhile. It's all about you guys out there, because without you, we would exist,
No, it's
but
all about
it wouldn't
me.
be fun. No, that's Rick. It's all about Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about Rick. We know. But we love you, Rick. We know it's all about you. Finally, what do you mean all about? Finally, he got a spot where it's all about him. I can't believe it. Anyway, don't forget to listen to Rick and the Harbinger tomorrow. What time? 8 o'clock, Ernie?
For what?
The Harbinger?
The Harbinger? Yeah, that's 8. What time is that? Yeah, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yeah.
To 9:45, and then at 10 o'clock, Rick comes on with Night Talk Weekend Edition. So listen to that.
And don't forget, Mr. Jay.
Yes.
Yeah, don't forget. His name is Sandman. We call him Jay. Come on by and have a listen today. Night Talk's on the air, and then Night Tracks too. He's in the back of the rack and everything he likes to do. Oh, Mr. Sandman, give him a hair. Come on by. Don't bring any beer. He likes that top shelf, that scotch in a glass. Oh, Mr. Sandman, give us a blast from the past, if it lasts. I don't know.
You better
I
get
don't
back to prepping.
He's kissing your.
I'm a little silly. Yeah. John, you going to be able to come on with us tomorrow? I know you got to work at the vets tomorrow, but you're going to have some time. You can come on, Sands and Abbott.
I'm going to try and get in there early, and all I have left to do is program this phone system I installed. So,
okay,
I'm going to see if I can get in there early and get it done before noon, and get all my gear hooked up so I sound good.
Cool.
There you go.
Because I'm on my crappy Rock Band microphone now through my iPad.
Well, that's not bad. Sounds great. Yes. Well, it sounds better than scratching your balls with your phone.
Can you blurt that out? Is there a delay button?
No.
Oh, okay. Beep.
You know that word that I just used? My granddaughter, who just turned 18. Well, you know, we got the infant. We just had a new grandson. He's about 3 weeks old now.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And she gets to change him every now and then. But the other day, my daughter took the baby and, like, they were changing him. And they put him in her face. She turned around, and there was his balls right in her face. She jumped so fast. But then she's been using that word, my granddaughter, 18. You know, to have her say that word, it's like it's funny. It's just balls. She says balls, and it's funny. It's like, I don't know. So now it's a running joke between us, and I just thought I'd share that because it's, you know, something you don't do every day with your granddaughter. You share the word balls. I don't know. And if she ever heard this, she wouldn't talk to me for a week. So, well, they don't know which granddaughter I'm talking about, but anywho.
You're going to tell all of them.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my stomach. It hurts. Oh, you guys are too funny. You know, we should do this every night. No, we can't. We can't. Why? Well, because, I don't know.
Some of us have a life, Jay.
Oh, wait a minute. What are you trying to say there, Sherry? I don't have a life? What are you trying to say?
Oh,
I don't have a life. I'm retired. I have no life.
I never had a life. Can somebody find my life for me, please? I have no life. Oh,
I didn't have a life until I met John.
Oh,
my darling.
What a crock of shit. But anyway, we need to talk, Mr. John Biven. I have questions for you and things that I want to do, and only you can, help me. You know, my engineer, I miss you. I have questions about the show and how to do this live on the air, because I want to put the show, the first show I do, I want to do it live. So, now you're going to start, John?
We're running out of time, man.
We are. In fact, it's time for...
Oh, now he's sniffing something.
Oh, sorry. I'm chopping up some onions to go home fries.
We've got about 15 seconds to say goodnight. Ernie?
Good night, everybody. Great hearing you, Jay.
John Biven?
Good night.
I want to thank you all for listening. This has been a production of the Sandsnet Radio Network. This is Night Talk. I'm Jay Sands. Thank you guys so much for listening. Good night. We'll see you soon.
Good night.
Done. Out. Finished. Just like that.
For you tonight, huh?
I'm telling you, it's like done already. I must have been ranting for over an hour. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, it was.
It was interesting.
Yes.
It wasn't rhetorical.
I don't know.
And it was calm. It was calm, cool, and collected.
It was a calm rant.
Was it?